Good morning, hello, nice to see you again. Welcome from a bit of a chilly morning in Ontario. It's about 0 outside and I turn out the heat, so I'm sitting kind of cozy. This video is a continuation of a previous video. I want to give you a little bit more details. And I don't want to really sound like a guy who is trying to be very religious or moving into the areas that are not popular or they are covered by people from conspiracy camp. However, you need to understand that the more you understand details in this structure, and not only, that is going to give you a better understanding of looking at other writings, other structures, anything that is happening in the world. Because right now, everybody is running for the same explanation, that there is a secret government somewhere that is trying to take over and we have to live by their rules. I will explain that little by little, so you will see even when we are going to go again over the so-called commandments on that structure, you will see that the concept that there is a force behind this trying to control our lives is contradicting. It's contradicting what is being said over there. All right. So one thing that people did not notice about the structure is that no one was testing over there for EMFs. Ta-da! We have so many researchers in UFOs, in paranormal, and all kinds of stuff, but I did not come across any of the people with the unusual equipment going there to see what else could be. When you look at the structure, very little I know about science, but I understand that this is also a resonator. Either the people that designed this know that or not, that is a resonator. The stones, any stones, in particular the granite, is very resonance sensitive, and it usually vibrates when there is a wind blowing right through. It's going to send a frequency. And my suggestion to anybody who is watching this and knows stuff about that, just take EMF emitter and go there. How do I know that there is something not right about that? There is a man in one of the videos that I was watching. He said something interesting, that each time he is taking a picture of those stones, there is a in the frame, in the picture, there is a blue ball, like a glowing orb showing in his pictures. And I think, that's what resonation, the frequency is all about, because the photo camera is picking not only the reflections, but it also picks frequencies. So sometimes we don't see them, but on sensitive part of the camera, it will pick them up in the form of image. So that's why I know that there is something to it. All right, that's one thing. Another interesting fact is that we are conditioned or programmed to read texts from the book from the top, from the left side to the right, downwards. Now what you see on the guidestones, there are no numbers. There are just lines. And people have tendency to read the same way what's on that. And the guys who designed this, they were very smart. They said, well, any idea, any concept, any suggestion is like a plant. It grows from the seed. That means grows from the bottom up. And that's how you should read those lines, from the bottom upwards. So when you see and read the first line, where it says keep the population under 500 million That's when a lot of those conspiracies is coming from. That it indicates that there is a group of men that they want to reduce the population in the world to 500 million. You do know that even if they try to do that, that's never going to happen. Not possible. Zero. Ever. No matter what. There is a guy by the name Henry Kissinger. He's, by our society standards, he's a criminal. He's a war criminal. His decision cost lives of millions of people. If he was smart enough, I guess he's not that smart, he would know that every war increased the numbers exponentially up, every single time. But again, you have to be smart to figure out this one out. After World War I, after World War II, of every other war in between, which were designed to get rid of some populations, some people which were undesirables. Each time after the war is over, the numbers go up. Look at Middle East. By now, they had so many wars in the past 2,000 years. By now, there should be empty space, nothing. But it's not. Look at South America. They are constantly fighting over there, over one way or the other. There is always some kind of problems are going. The numbers are constantly going up. Look in Mexico. People are being killed daily. Assassinations are daily routine, and it's not like 1-2 people. It goes in hundreds. The numbers are going up. It's a simple, universal principle. Look at that dandelion. Excuse me. So many people are trying to get rid of that plant, and it's defiant. It grows everywhere, and it will grow and keep coming up and coming up. No one can win that, ever. The dandelion will always win. Take a look at the roses. Roses are very delicate flower that needs attention, needs to be, have the fertilizer, has the moisture in the soil has to be specific, the nutrients or whatever, the temperature has to be specific, otherwise they will die. So imagine that right now the farmers or the gardeners stop caring for the roses, they will all die, except for dandelion. Dandelion is going to take all over. Why? Because dandelion needs to make an effort to be alive. Roses do not have to. And that's where Mayans knew that. That's why their farming techniques are way superior than ours, and we are like 1,000 years away from reach the level that they used to grow crops. At least 1,000. People are trying to figure out how they were farming and what they were using. The techniques are actually very simple, but it's not considered as scientific, because when you go to a farm and you start humming, they consider that you are cuckoo. They were using all kinds of sound techniques all over the farmlands to encourage growth. And they didn't really care much for weeds, because weeds were not the problem. In fact, right now, if you go to your garden, the weeds are your best friends, because they have the highest number of nutrients, much higher than the plants that they are trying to grow. And you stop caring for the plants, for the crops, they will all die, because they have no system in place that can help them grow. They are being looked after. Everything is given to them, and that's why they are very prone to diseases. They are prone to not to grow. But weeds, they don't have to. They don't care. So it's topsoil. You need to understand something about the topsoil. Topsoil can be the richest topsoil in the world, but it does not give a rat's ass what's growing in it. It just provides support. You need to take that, what I just said, to the situation in the world. The environment that you are in, that is provided to you, given to you, is a support for whatever is going to grow. And the universe doesn't give us what is going to grow in. It's up to you. If you want weeds or something really nasty growing, like poison ivies and stuff like that, so be it. You can have really nice crops, corn, potatoes, cabbages, whatever. It will grow. It's you that needs to decide what is going to grow. All right? Now I want to talk to you about a little bit about the so-called 10 Commandments, and I want to talk about the 10 lines that are on those guides on the slabs over there, because there is a relationship between those two. They are not actually commandments. I don't know why people come up with that term. So let's take a look at the 10 Commandments that supposedly were given to Moses, and those are the rules by which people are supposed to live. None of them is true. Zero. Moses did not receive them. This is something that is going with us for hundreds of thousands of years, that is passed from each civilization to another. What Moses found and was given to him, it was just engraved plates with symbols that he couldn't figure out what they are. That's another topic for some other day, because it is a pure science what he found in the cave. All right, so let's talk about the commandments. You know them. If not, just Google. You will see what they are all about. So one line, it says, you honor your father and mother. That's how we know. However, this is not the whole thing that we were given. This is not the whole concept that we were given. It is honor the father and mother and recognize that they are part of you. They are just different representation of you, me and I, and they are at your service. Same thing is, if a man understands who he is, he will not steal. He's not going to sleep with the neighbor's wife. He doesn't need to do that. And there are two very important. One of them is, you shall not call the God's name in vain. See, you, as you are, your representation of that you, me, and I, which is I am, in all forms at the same time. The people that you hate, that's also you. The people that you love, it's also you. You need to understand that. That's science. This is not something that is myth or religion or dogma or some spiritual teachings or what's not. Those are facts. That's how you are. So once you understand that, you will not call that name in vain. In fact, you can call that name. If you are in trouble, you need to understand that being in different forms, the different forms are for you to support you in any way it's possible. So if you are in distress, there is another part of you somewhere that can come to your guidance, to your support, to your help. That part is not going to do stuff for you. It's just going to give you advice or guide you through the tough time or help you, your energy flow, or increase your energy flow, because what you do, it's up to you, not up to the other part. But you do understand that all the other parts of you, they are like systems in your body. Just take a inventory of who you are: kidney, lungs, liver, heart, brain. If there is a problem in the liver, the Kidneys are going to start working harder because they need to clean up the blood for the rest of the organs working. So you can see the kidneys step up in because they understand that there is a crisis. And they are doing everything possible to keep the body alive. The you, the essence, the primary body and the essence of you is always looked after. Even though those organs are also you. The systems are also you. They always step up in because they understand when ones go, so will the others. So they want to kind of continue with the program. So now that it doesn't matter to me if you are religious or not, if you understand this, you are better equipped to deal with your angels or guides or the God that you still believe it's the superior force. To deal with that, you are just now understanding something that most people don't. This does not mean that you switching from one religious to another, or you say, that's it, I am no more religious. You might, it's your choice, but you still are part of you, me, and I, even if you like it or not. This is never going to change. You are always going to be that one tiny element in the whole thing. There is one line that is usually showed on the top. I am your God, I am your Lord and God, which is the most misunderstood line of all. You are the God. You are the Lord. I am is the part that is a Lord and a God. Do you understand that? If you do, congratulations. If you don't, well, keep digging. You are going to eventually find that the answer, and you are going to be convinced or not, if that's correct or not. There is one more line that people are tripping over. It is, you will never have any other gods before me. This is the funniest part because it was shown to me. So let's hang on and listen what the best thing to understand that. Go stand in front of the mirror somewhere that you can see yourself. You can be back naked, I don't care. I'm not gonna be there anyway because I am already you, so and then say those words looking into that image. Just do it. You will not have any other gods before me. Just do that a couple of times and see what will come up. You will be surprised. You will be very, very surprised. You are pointing the finger at the image, at the reflection, which is not you, it's just reflection. Will not have any other gods before me. And then look at the image, what the image is doing before me. I am the one that is represented in that image. You and the image are one. Capiche? I hope you understand that, because that was shown to me one day in a dream, and I'm like, why am I repeating this constantly? Why am I saying that? And I can hear laugh behind me. It's like, there is no one there. Who the heck is doing this? Keep saying, you will never have any other gods before me. And then like like a light bulb went in my brain and say, oh, that's what it is. Oh crap. Why did anyone explain that to me later? Earlier. It's a funny way to look at sometimes at stuff, but just try it. Let's just see how, if you are comfortable actually saying those things, because some people are terrified of mirrors because they see the image, the representation of them that they never want to see it. And if you don't have that connection, maybe it would be time to find it. And In a sec, I am going to be talking about line by line about those commandments on the guidestones. As I said earlier, I am going to go with you line by line. This is the setting how you see here. That's how it appears on those the guidestones. The numbers are not important, but this is just numbered the way they appear on. So the first line on the top is maintain the humanity. However, as I already explained to you before, this text should be read from the bottom to the top, not from the top to the bottom. And these are only virtues of a man. This is a collective. This is a collective desire of a man, of all of us. Those are not the rules. This is like a form of again, I am going to repeat that. This is a virtue of a man. This is a collective desire of all of us that are striving to have a peaceful, harmonious life on this earth. However, there is a lot of misunderstanding. There is a lot of suspicion. That's why we have what we have. So I here on this other slide, I am showing you this how it's supposed to be read. Therefore, I put the first line that should be read in position number 1. But let's go over this one more time and explain this whole thing, how that appears. Believe me or not, it's up to you. These are not the rules by which we should live. This is not what happened to religion, that we presented the same concept 2000 years ago, and you know how this ended up. It turned into rules. These are not the rules. These are only, I would say, suggestions. To me, still the word virtue of a man who is striving to live in a peaceful environment on earth looks like that. This is something that doesn't have to be written. Simply, if you are striving to help others to experience life with all the possibilities, that's what you will be doing. So, be not a cancer on earth. I believe that most of you, that's what they want to be. Leave room for nature. You want to not to pollute. You want be living natural life. You want to use natural products. You don't want to use pharma. You don't want to use chemistry. You don't want to use chemicals or poisons. You want to be as natural as possible. 90% most likely agree with that. So this does not have to be written as a law. You simply, this coming from you, from your inner you, that it's actually looking for that. Price, truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. This is also, this is not a law. You recognize most of the time the beauty in the diversity in the nature. Support love. This is something that you, the compassion of towards other men. This is something that is, it doesn't have to be written. You are already in that position, at least 90% of you. Seeking harmony with the infinite. This is something that I am presenting to you. You need to figure out the real connection, not look up to some kind of force on the top that is telling you what to do and it decides how your life is going to go. You need to understand that connection with the other part of you needs to be established. You need to finally figure out who you really are, and then recognize that you are only a part of some much greater setup, and each part is at your service, including the one that you think it is superior. Now let's go to the third one. Balance personal rights with the social duties. This I know that many people are tripping over that, but this is not about placing you by force into doing something that you don't like it. This is something that you need to decide for yourself. What is your contribution? How you want to contribute? Do you want to be just contributor, or do you want to be in position of a leader? Do you want to be in position of an artist? Do you want to be in position of some specialist, some kind of that there is no limit to what you can do, but you need to decide for yourself. You need to present to the group inside which you are that you are going to be you want to contribute in such a way. So that is going to also reflect on your social duties, because if you are in the position of a leader, then you have at your disposal different resources. When you are a baker, you have at your disposal different resources. This is not saying here that people which are doing physical work like cleaning houses or what's not, they are in the rat and they are less valued than the leaders. That's absolutely incorrect. That's something that people do not understand. This is the biggest hurdle, because they think that there is going to be a socialist coming in and tell you where you fit based on your abilities. That is all crap. But if you cannot find space for yourself, then yes, someone is going to tell you what to do. But I don't think in 90% of the population that's not necessary, because people already know what they are inclined to do. And before you are born, you decide what life you are going to be experiencing. This is not like willy-nilly we are going to have 50,000 doctors in one village and everybody is going to be trying to be a surgeon, because that would be really stupid. But that never is going to happen, ever, period. So let's move to another one. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Yes, the bureaucratic system is ridiculous and it's so costly. It's just beyond anything that we screw up. Luckily, this is over. It's done. And petty laws, oh my God, this is what you can say, what you cannot say, what's racial, what's not racial. Your freedom right there by those stupid laws is limited. Your freedom should not be restricted by any of that. You can say whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. You can dress the way you want. You can speak the way you want. No one should have reprimand you for that. That's your rights. This is something that I don't understand. Why people are so much spending time of this nonsense of this wake up stuff right now, which is, please go back to sleep. Don't wake up anymore. All right, let's go to number 5. Let all nations rule internally. Absolutely. This is, here it says in nations, because that's how some people see this whole world working together. But this is going to be broken down further. It is moving towards smaller groups, smaller colonies, if you will, where you will resolve your issues at the tribal level, where the committee of the tribe is going to decide if you are fit to be with them or not. And any issue arising with that, there usually going to be a compromise. If you got 2 strikes, you are out, not 3. First is warning, 1 strike, second, and then there is no third. You are just out. And there is no, you cannot appeal that, period. Then the court of the world is going to decide where to place you. Then you are going to be based off what you know, based what you do, and your behavior, you're going to be diverted to special services. So that I already know, because I saw how we used to work a very long time ago. So troubled people, don't be too much Scared because there is always something to do for you. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Absolutely. There should not be a situation where someone is trying to take over resources for themselves and kick out others from there. The way we are going to be distributing resources is actually going to be very fair. And if those that know the Zeitgeist movement, you have pretty good idea what is being said, because that most likely is coming up. And I am actually supporting that 100%. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with temperate reason. In other words, the emotions cannot dictate your decision. You need to be more logical in making decisions, not rational or irrational. Now, unite humanity with a living new language. That's art, absolutely. That's absolutely art. This is something that it needs to be emphasized and implemented ASAP, because that's through the expression through art is essential. That helps develop parts of the brain that are sleeping right now. And if we did that just, then this whole awake or the woken up, I don't know, this whole movement that we have right now, the BLM, the Antifa and what's not, wouldn't be happening. And the fact that people are saying you should be less white and what's not, that's just, you know, if we focus on arts and try to connect with other people, which 90% people are inclined towards that, we wouldn't be having those problems. But by the way, all the issues that we are having in the world, they're just rising from suspicion, resentment. We are simply tired, exhausted of being constantly exploited by the corporate system, by the banking system, by the church, by spiritual leaders, by personal development guys selling crap that they don't even understand. Sorry, I am not being sarcastic here, but whatever they are selling right now, it's not working. This is only perpetuating personal development. It's perpetuating more and more exploitive corporate system. This has to stop. Personal belongings are not any longer at your disposal. You need to contribute to others. In other words, those people are earning millions of dollars for themselves in excess for whatever they want. But they are not giving back in return anything. No giving back to charities, even worse, because they are extending the suffering, whatever they are supporting. Let's say someone is supporting charity that is supposed to end homelessness. This is only producing more and more homeless people. If you are supporting charity that is supporting hungry people, you are only expanding farther and farther, more hungry people going every day. So you need to look at this from the perspective or the universal principles that are running and coordinating this. One thing here that I'm going to be supporting, we need less and less hospitals. Period. End of discussion. People which are supporting hospitals, they are spreading more and more diseases. Do you understand that? The more you are dependent on a doctor and hospital, the more and more sick people are coming to this world. And this stupidity. Okay? And the more and more you are focused on personal gains, like what the internet marketers are doing, or the personal development people are doing, stop that. You are only expanding more and more poverty, because on the under scale of getting stuff for yourself, houses, properties, money, prestige, like you try to be a authority on a subject that only you know stuff, others don't. You are only extending the part where people are getting dumber and dumber and dumber because they do not invest the time searching for the answer for themselves. They are dependent on those programs which are useless. The people who designed this, they had good intentions at heart, at first. However, this does not work. So if any one of you is in the business of providing all those trainings, stop. It doesn't work anymore. All right? You can be upset all you want. You can actually leave a comment in a comment section. What do you think about that? I will never change my take on that because I see what is already happening when more and more the ideas from the book Think and Grow Rich are being spread around the world. The poverty is going through the roof. We have 99% of people living almost in poverty. 1% owns everything. How do you think spreading further that the ideas from that book, Think and Grow Rich, or the Science of Getting Rich, is helping that? It's only perpetuating more and more injustice, more violence, more stealing. Stop it. It's time. Guide reproduction wisely, improve fitness and diversity. When you do all the 8, I already explained that in previous video. This is going to fall in place by itself. If you are connected to nature, if you are connected to and you understand who you are, and you are busy supporting, contributing to the society, this supporting fitness or improving fitness, it's self-explanatory. You basically are already doing that. Now, I just said something about the hospitals. This is part of that. That when you are healthy, you don't need doctors. What you need is a consultations with health workers, not sick workers. Because right now, anybody that is working in the health care, it's a joke. They are people working in the sick care, where they are helping sick people to maintain their symptoms, all the pains and what's not, to maintain them. That's a sick care. That's not freaking healthcare. If you are healthy and you want to stay healthy, you go to a people that are healthy and they already went through a bit of rough patch and they get out from there, and then they can serve as a consultants, teachers, advisors, how to stay healthy and support diversity. Absolutely. This diversity is the beauty of the world. The more, look at the picture of Garden of Eden. If it wasn't for the different animals, for the different plants, for the different landscape, it would be such a freaking boring place to live that, you know, it wouldn't be worth it to be here. So absolutely, that is going to fall into place by you immediately, because you would like to have the most beautiful places on the planet, and you will put a lot of effort to that. Now, maintain humanity under, this is more of a suggestion, because once you are in the mood of in the basically utopian kind of mood, then you don't really need to repopulate the earth as quickly as possible. If there are no wars, there is no danger, and the numbers are gonna be pretty close. They don't have to be at 500. They can be at 1 billion. There is no rule that this when we cross that line, that there is gonna be a big giant danger. But just a suggestion that what we will try to strive. And that's what was presented to us about 2000 years ago. Was the same concept. There were people already saying that we should rather focus to bring to this world the best what we can and invest in them the best that we can. In other words, sacrifice yourself for the future generations. Not sacrifice by being killed or slaughtered or hanged or whatever, born, but sacrifice in the sense that what you give to this generation that is going to be born is going to be your reward, because you are going to be born in those conditions. So right now, the whole thing here, what you see, the whole 10 Commandments is all about that. What you can contribute to the future generations. Do you want to be born in place where right before you're even born, they are already doctors standing over you and trying to figure out how much money they can make out of you? Or you want to be born in a really peaceful, nice place where you are welcome to this world and you have the best thing on your disposal. Of course there are going to be hardships. Of course there is going to be lots of problems. Of course there are going to be challenges. And what's not, that's part of the life, because if the challenges are going to be taken away, we are going to all die. That's simple as that. Take a look at the dandelion. If dandelion wasn't being molested, he wouldn't be here. But it is. That's why it's going to be here, and it's going to outlive human race. Remember that. All right? So that's it for the explanation for those guidestones. Georgia Guidestone writings. All right. And here is a little bit of a bonus for you, because in the upcoming times, right before, not only right before the reversal, but right now the magnetic field of the Earth is getting weaker and weaker, and we are going to be faced with all kinds of psychological issues, heart problems, what's not. So today I am going to give you a simple technique for if you are stricken by some kind of anxiety, you cannot handle the situation, then there is one technique that can help you. And it is, they call the vagus nerve stimulation. There are many ways. You can find a lot of videos on YouTube addressing this issue, but I'm going to show you my own personal, what I do, how, if I am getting really to the boiling point, then I just do that. It sounds very unusual, but it works. So it's all about breathing. When you are breathing through the nose, you are activating 1, 2, 3 chakras at the same time, because the flow of the air that goes down, it activates the vagus nerve, but at the same time generates electrical charge. And that electrical charge helps you with elevating the frequency or the energy flow between all those 3, which is more energized, but at the same time, when you are more energized, the fear, the anxiety just falls away. So how do I do that? I am simply breathing deeply through nose. The tongue is slightly touching, very gently touching behind the front teeth on the top. Mouth closed, but you are making a sound when you are breathing. Something like this. Usually I take about 10 of them, but you can take 20. It depends on your situation. Usually the intake is a little bit longer than the breathing out. The reason why the mouth is closed during that breathing is to generate a little bit of a heat, because when you open the mouth, all the heat is going out. So I hope I could help you. I am going to, in the future videos, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice on, especially on using of herbs to give you a little bit of relief from your stressful life, which sometimes is ingestions and coping with the anxieties and what's not. That's coming up. All right, so thank you for watching this video today, and have a pleasant day. Please do subscribe, please share, please like, and see you in the next video.